In today's video, we'll see what we can do with this reaction over here. After all, we do have technical evidence suggesting that the market could make a more robust recovery next. So, let's talk about strategies and pay attention to the main turning points in the market, because you are watching the Finance Hydra channel, where we discuss trading strategies always with a practical focus to help you make better decisions based on technical evidence and risk management rather than emotions, gut feelings, or guesswork. Every single day, we are here studying the market, delivering content without bias, and again, always with a practical focus. My name's Nathan. Welcome to another daily analysis video. And yes, we see the SPY ETF making an insanely bullish reaction. We are breaking the 560s. This candle's high from this Monday, which was a technical bottom signal. And as I told you guys yesterday, it is not surprising at all to see such bottom signal right above the 549 support level down here, okay? Because it is a very strong, a very powerful support level. It is the trigger point of a possible bearish pivot point on the daily chart. If the SPY loses this key point over here, then it will trigger a very dangerous bearish reversal chart structure. And right here, right now, we are avoiding this scenario, okay? Now you may ask, oh, but Nathan, could we still make such bearish reaction from here? Of course we could. Either way, the key point is still the very same, is the 549. If, as long as we see the SPY ETF above the 549, it will maintain the short-term bullish bias. Now, oh, but Nathan, we are bearish on the daily chart, right? We are still trading below the 21-day EMA, which, by the way, did act as a resistance level last week over here, right below the 575 resistance level as well, right? Yes, you are correct. Medium-term wise, we are still bearish. However, on the 1-hour chart, we see SPY making a bullish pivot point over here, a clear higher high, higher low after reaching the 549 support level. Well, and what's more, we are above the 21-hour EMA, the exponential moving average on the 1-hour chart, which is pointing upwards right now, by the way. In addition to this, today, after the breakout of this 21-hour EMA, after the breakout of the 560s over here, we saw a pullback on the SPY back to retest this support level over here around the 21-hour EMA, around the 560 as a double support level on the 1-hour chart. Therefore, yes, we are maintaining the short-term bullish bias, okay? Now, what it takes for the SPY to reverse the bearish sentiment on the daily chart? Because I do understand short-term wise we are bullish, however we are still bearish on the daily chart. And here the key point is extremely clear to me, 575, okay? Yes, I do see the 21-day EMA above the current price, but for a more interesting bullish reaction, it is critical to see the SPY breaking 575, because not only because it is a previous top level on the daily chart, but because it is also the trigger point of a possible double bottom chart pattern. Okay, so by breaking the 575, we are going to materialize a very powerful bullish reversal chart pattern on the daily chart as well. Okay, what's more, on the weekly chart, this reaction, well, the timing for this reaction was just perfect, because we are reacting after reaching this purple trend line over here. Okay, yes, I do see this double top chart pattern, okay? And this only reinforces the idea of how important the 575 is, because it is right now the trigger point of a double bottom chart pattern on the daily chart, but in the recent past, it was the trigger point of this double top chart pattern on the weekly chart. So see how critical it is for the SPY to break and close above 575 as soon as possible, because we are going to trigger a bullish reversal chart pattern on the daily chart, rejecting the previous bearish reversal chart pattern on the weekly chart. So 575 is the key point you want to see SPY breaking if you have a more bullish bias, a bullish perspective on the SPY ETF, okay? That's the key point. You want to see it breaking. Now, if we lose the 549 again, okay, then it's over. We are going to reject any possibility of a bottom signal on the daily chart, rejecting any bullish perspective over here. And in this scenario, we are going to also lose this purple trend line support. And on the weekly chart, our next technical support level is 510, okay? So that would be a very catastrophic scenario for the SPY, and 510 will be our next technical target. But so far, so good. We are still maintaining the price above this support level. So guys, the key points are 549 and 575. These are the most dangerous inflection points for the SPY ETF from now. And we see the QQQ over here reacting very well. We do see what could be a double bottom chart pattern too, right? But this bottom was slightly lower than the previous bottom. Either way, it is materializing a very nice bottom signal above a support level. Although we lost the support level briefly 2 days ago, this Monday, we never closed below 467. Okay, we are still above this key point. Therefore, this is our most important support level for the daily chart. If we see the QQQ ETF closing below 467 in the next few days, rejecting today's candle over here, then all right, we are going to probably continue the bearish sentiment, triggering a bearish pivot point on the daily chart, suggesting another pullback, maybe to the 448 again. Okay, but for now, we are still above this support level. We are still closing above this support level, so the situation is still under control. Conversely, what's the key point we want to see the QQQ breaking in order to turn really bullish again? Well, although we have a technical trigger point around this double bottom chart pattern, okay, near the 494 up here, I do see the 483 as the main resistance level over here, because it was a previous support, it was a previous support over here, it was a previous resistance over here, over here, over here, over here, support level over here, support level over here again, right? So we see this key point as a major inflection point for the QQQ. What's more, it is very close to the 21-day EMA right now, so we have a double resistance area around the 480s, and that's the key point we want to see the QQQ breaking in order to materialize a better, meaningful bullish rally ahead, maybe to the $500 again, right? That's going to be a quite realistic scenario to work with. Now, we see Nvidia going up nicely. Guys, if Nvidia actually confirms, if we see the QQQ, if we see the SPY actually confirming their bottom signals, Nvidia will benefit a lot from this movement because, well, it is a high beta stock, okay? It has a beta of 2.78. So if we see the broad market going up, probably Nvidia will go up as well, because as you guys like to say in English, right? When the tide rises, all boats will float roughly equally, right? So Nvidia will benefit from this movement because the tide will rise all the boats. And when I say all the boats, I am talking about high beta stocks, which have more a higher correlation to the SPY, to the QQQ, etc. So these stocks will benefit a lot. Nvidia, Tesla, AMD, Palantir, etc. These stocks are looking very good right now, precisely because we see the SPY, the QQQ making bottom signals around their support levels. And guess what Nvidia is doing right here, right now? A bottom signal, it's making a bottom around a support level. The support level is around 104.77. This Monday, we saw a very nice bullish reaction. Yesterday, we saw another very nice bullish reaction. Today, another nice bullish candle, right? I know we did correct this morning. We did gap down over here, right? But still, today's candle is bullish. I know we are going up roughly 0.30% right here, right now. The market is about to close in 1 minute, so we are going up a little bit, right? Yes. However, today's candle is still very powerful. And if you ask me, Nvidia is poised, is supposed to retest higher resistance levels like maybe the 21-day EMA, maybe the 122, not investment advice, of course, but we see technical evidence supporting a bullish case on Nvidia. Just like on the SPY, on the QQQ, etc., because these stocks are supposed to perform very well when we see the market going up as it is going right here, right now. So, okay, very nice bullish reaction. In theory, we are supposed to seek higher levels. What's the key point? That if Nvidia loses, it's going to reject any bullish case over here. The 104 support level, okay? If we close below the 104 in the next few days by Friday, then all right, then we are gonna see probably a bearish continuation chart pattern, a bearish pivot point over here, suggesting more correction ahead. In the best case scenario, the $100 will be our next support level. It is a round number, a psychological key point, right? $100, okay? So it is a quite important key point. But honestly, I do see Nvidia seeking even lower levels if we actually materialize such bearish pivot point on the daily chart. And what's more, we are going to frustrate any possibility of a bottom signal on the weekly chart as well. So 104, that's the key point you want to watch very closely from here. If Nvidia loses this key point, okay, it is going to turn very bearish from here, all right? That's totally fine, guys. We can't predict the future. Trading is reactive. It is not predictive. And we use technical analysis precisely because we need to design a good strategy that mitigate losses while maximize profits, all right? Real trading is not about avoiding losses. That's totally impossible. We are going to lose eventually. Sooner or later, we are going to lose. But if you know the key points to watch, if you know where to set your stop loss, if you know where your target is going to be, if you know how to read the price action, you will not only have the odds in your favor, but you will have a clue of how to manage risk properly, okay? And that's all we do here in this channel. Therefore, if you are still not a subscriber, consider subscribing, because we are here every single day talking about many strategies together, okay? Analyzing the most important inflection points on SPY, QQQ, Nvidia, Tesla, AMD, Palantir, etc. We are gonna analyze all these stocks in this video, so remember to subscribe right now for more content like this, and click the like to support this community. All right, now, okay, we see Nvidia reacting well. As long as we stay above the 104 area, fine, it will maintain the short-term bullish bias, because short-term wise, we are also making a bullish pivot point. Maybe if you have a high degree of creativity, and I'm not going to disagree with you if you say this to me, but you may say, Nathan, do we have an inverse head and shoulders chart pattern? Well, I believe we do, okay, because, well, we see a bearish pivot point followed by a bullish pivot point right here, right now. Today, we saw another pullback to the 21-hour EMA support level, not surprising at all, which is also very close to the neckline of this head and shoulders, okay? And this happens roughly 67% of the time, according to Thomas Bukowski's studies, okay? A pullback after the breakout of an inverse head and shoulders occur more often than not. So, okay, totally plausible, technical, expected movement. Now we see another bullish reaction above this support area. Totally normal, according to the plan, all right? Not surprising at all. However, let's watch the 104 support level just in case, okay? Just in case. Now, Tesla did a very nice bullish reaction because we found a support level where, right? Just after closing this gap around 249, which is again a very nearly obvious support level, okay? We did a very nice bullish reaction after closing this gap. Now we are going up nicely. Okay, going up very nicely. And I'm so sorry, we're going up insanely well because Tesla is going up more than 5% today. Okay, 5% today. If you ask me, Tesla has everything to retest higher resistance levels like the $303. Okay, that's our next technical resistance level to work with. On the weekly chart, we see many bottom signals, right? A few weeks ago, we saw this hammer pattern. We saw another hammer pattern. This hammer was technically triggered. This Monday, we retested this hammer's high over here, and right now, we are going up again. On the weekly chart, if you ask me, we could even seek higher levels, maybe to retest the 21 weekly moving average again, okay? And that's a very plausible scenario for Tesla medium-term wise. Guys, when I say that these stocks are bullish right now, I'm not saying that they are necessarily a buy, but because, again, not investment advice, but I do see a possible bounce to higher levels, okay? I'm not even asking for a major bullish reversal chart structure on the daily chart. All that I'm asking for is for a bounce on these stocks. And this is a quite realistic and a plausible scenario to work with. So for swing trading purposes, we can take advantage of a bounce medium-term wise, okay? And in fact, I did recommend many high beta stocks when we saw the indices making their bottom signals on our Telegram channel. We did buy Nvidia near this support level. We bought Tesla after closing this gap over here, right? It is going up 5% today. And these are just a few examples of what we do on our Telegram channel, because there I have to be transparent. I have to be honest with you guys. There you will find many exclusive content. And if you need help and want to learn how to trade professionally without emotions and without betting on the market, just join our group of traders by joining the 5% project. There you will learn in practice, in real time, with real experience in the market, how to trade using a clear method and a clear strategy. You will trade with us. You will receive trading signals on the most varied stocks, including those that are off the radar of the vast majority of people. So, guys, so far we have demonstrated excellent results for our members, and you can test our service for free. It's absolutely free to test. Here, we aim to give you value first, teach you first before charging our students. We are very confident that our method can help you become more consistent in the market. So just check out our website. The link is in this video's description, right here below in the description, all right? Now, Tesla doing very well, okay, according to our plan, all right? It's performing so nicely. And here we see AMD. also performing very well. It is going up. We are making another bullish reaction after closing this gap. So if you ask me, Nvidia is poised to materialize a bullish reaction similar to Tesla over here. Okay, we closed this gap. Now we are going up. Nvidia closed this gap after a sharp correction, after reaching this resistance level at 115. All right, now we are going down to close this gap. Any bottom signal in this support level could be just another buy signal, just like we had on Tesla, Nvidia, etc. So it is looking very good, okay? It is looking very promising, and I do like how Nvidia is performing precisely because we see another possible inverted head and shoulders chart pattern, right? A possible inverted head and shoulders chart pattern. The trigger point for this pattern is 115. Okay, if we see AMD triggering this 115 resistance level, then we are gonna trigger one of the most powerful bullish reversal chart patterns known in technical analysis. Therefore, 115, if you have a long-term view on Nvidia, that's the key point. You wanna see it breaking. What's more, the 115 is very close. It's precisely where the 21 weekly moving average is, right here, right now. So we're gonna break a double resistance level seen in two different time frames on Nvidia. So Nvidia, I'm so sorry, on AMD, okay? So that's the key point you wanna watch from here, 115. Okay, and right now Palantir is also making a very nice bullish reaction. However, we have yet to break the 21-day EMA, okay, which is acting as a short-term resistance level. However, conversely, on the 1-hour chart, the situation is a little bit more different because, yes, we do see another kind of inverted head and shoulders. We did trigger this bullish pivot point over here. Now, we are not only above the 21-hour EMA, but we are retesting this moving average as a support level. That's phenomenal, okay? That's a very nice bullish indicator. Although we have yet to break the 21-day EMA on the daily chart, we are still maintaining the short-term uptrend, making a very nice inverted head and shoulders chart pattern on the 1-hour chart, suggesting more bullish continuation on the daily chart. So we see many interesting technical indicators on Palantir suggesting a more robust bullish recovery from here. Its next technical resistance level is around $98.17. However, if you ask me, we are doing a cup and handle chart pattern, okay? And the all-time high is our real next technical target, all right? So of course, not investment advice, okay? I'm just saying we do have these inflection points, and Palantir is heading towards these key points from here, okay? There is not a single bearish reversal chart structure suggesting a top signal or a bearish reversal from here, period, all right? Period. Now, MicroStrategy, this one is one of my favorite over here because recently we did buy MicroStrategy. I did send you guys the buy signal on our Telegram channel right here after reaching this support level. We did a phenomenal trade over here, right? Right now, we are making a pullback, and we are making this pattern right around the 21-day EMA, which is a morning star candle pattern, okay? And this morning star candle pattern appeared right around the 61.8% Fibonacci's retracement support level, the last retracement, the last support level. So it is a phenomenal bullish chart pattern, and if you ask me, MicroStrategy has everything to trigger to make this a real double bottom chart pattern, suggesting a better, more robust recovery on the long term, okay? And if you ask me, Nathan, I missed our first trade over here on MicroStrategy, right? Now, what to do? Well, you have a few options, okay? You may buy using the 1-hour chart if we see this bullish pivot point getting triggered, or or you can wait for a better bullish pivot point on the daily chart. Either way, if we see MicroStrategy closing above the $320 again, I will consider it as a very nice bullish indicator again for MicroStrategy. All right, I like to buy near support levels, clear support levels, and although the 21-day EMA is a technical key point, I would like to see MicroStrategy correcting a little bit more back to our support level, back to our first entry point when we did this phenomenal trade together. Okay, but so far so good. All right, I'm not going to complain. Now, Intel Corporation, although we see many stocks going up today, Intel is going down. Although Intel has a high beta, all right, 2.27, it is not that correlated to the indices. And right here, right now, we see Intel. Intel lost this support level, all right, around $23. We are losing the 21-day EMA, and Intel is right now back on my radar. Why? Because if you ask me, we are heading towards this gap. If we see Intel closing this gap around $21.17 and making a bullish reaction, it will be a very good buy signal for swing trading purposes. Okay, because guys, remember, our community is made of swing traders. Okay, of course, as a long-term investor, you can also benefit from these insights, but for swing trading purposes, I do see a very nice buying opportunity on Intel if we materialize a bottom signal near a support level. Okay, just like our previous buy on Intel, because yes, as crazy as this sounds, we bought Intel over here. I gave to you guys the signal on our Telegram channel as well, right? We bought over here near the $18 support level, and we sold over here after it triggered this, our trailing stop gain strategy, okay? We always follow a very nice strategy, so it did trigger our sell signal over here. Now it is correcting again back to this support level. If we see another buy, I will promptly warn you guys on our Telegram channel about it. But so far, I will be honest and confess that yes, Intel is on my radar again. And of course, I will keep you guys updated on these stocks and many others on this channel as well. So remember, subscribe for more analysis, for more updates like this, and click the like button to support this humble community. All right, I always appreciate your support, my dear friends. See you guys tomorrow. Stay safe. Bye bye.